Technology in today's society is evolving at a faster pace than we could have ever imagined. It almost feels as if we're living in the future. But alas, virtual reality has come a long way in recent years, and its potential applications are almost limitless. From entertainment and gaming to education and healthcare, virtual reality has the power to revolutionize many different industries. The well-known game called VRChat, a social platform where users can meet up with their friends, make new ones, and explore the limitless possibilities of virtual reality. The game itself had taken over popularity following a surge in memes regarding the Uganda Knuckles back in 2017. It took the internet by surprise, featuring a bunch of popular YouTubers getting in the hype. Some videos have gained views upwards in the millions. The main YouTuber that prompted interest in this game was the content creator called Sirmore, who created the video about the Uganda meme. Personally, if it wasn't from that video, I might have never heard of VRChat myself, and for that, I'm glad it got recommended to me. The game has kept a healthy player base ever since, with over 60,000 active players at peak hours, competing with many AAA games listed on the Steam charts. There are a few other games that follows the same recipe from the social platforms, like Rec Room, Chill Out VR, and Neo's VR, but I have not necessarily tried them so far. In this documentary, we will be taking a closer look at my experience with VRChat after spending well over 1,000 hours living in this alternate universe. My name is Lxpu, and this is a journey into virtual life. For those who may not be familiar, VRChat is a virtual reality social platform that allows users to create and share their own virtual environment, avatars, and custom content. It's a place where users can meet up with their friends, make new ones, and explore the limitless possibilities of virtual reality. You can experience real-life replicas of roller coasters, play classic games like Prison Escape or Among Us, attend nightclubs with professional dancers, or visit particle worlds, just to name a few, all in the comfort of your own house. There is not a defined way to play the game, only you can decide what you want to achieve. VRChat is a great way to make long-lasting friendship, since you can talk to anyone at any time of the day. Some would even say it's like Discord, but you have this physical presence in the virtual world. One can choose to play the game on computer via desktop mode, or you can play with a headset at your own leisure for a fully immersed experience. There's even the option to have full body tracking with the right equipment. Yes, legs are indeed supported in this game. Shame on you, Metaverse. The equipment needed for hips and leg movement is a set of trackers that are strapped on your body and base station to have full room scale tracking. Having full body tracking is basically considered a luxury, since it is not something cheap to acquire. Until the technology becomes more advanced, prices for these items will remain on the higher end for the consumer market. For the trackers themselves, there is a wide selection to choose from. Some may go for more cost-effective alternatives like Slime VR, but for better tracking quality, there is the Tundra trackers, Haritora X, or Vive 3.0 trackers. They have a battery life of around 7 hours, which makes for a good amount of playtime. Many of them are often out of stock, since they are quite in demand. In terms of headset, the two main popular ones are the MetaQuest 2 and the Valve Index, which I have used both, and I can confidently say that the Index is a much better headset overall, aside from having worse lens since they glare pretty badly. The detachable headphones are amazing for the Index. They sound decent and are not too bulky at all, since they hover above your ears. Also, the controllers are more comfortable and offers individual finger tracking. To get back on the main topic, the game has come a long way since it was initially released. Unfortunately, I cannot speak on behalf of the state of the game prior to March 2022, since that's where I started playing, but some things haven't changed since its creation, which I'll delve more into later in this video. With that being said, let's see what it looks like playing as a new player. As you open up the game for the first time, you are prompted with a tutorial which lets you choose a basic avatar and also teaches you the basics of movement. And from there, you are free to do anything you want. I vividly remember going to the Great Bug West as my first world in this game, since the portal was presented in my face right after I got done with the short tutorial. As I loaded into the world, everything felt weird but intriguing to me. I still had the default avatar that comes with the game, which there are quite a few. They are well optimized to ensure game stability for all users, but the general population run avatars that are rated very poor, so the expectation for high frame rates is close to none. I chose to be dressed up as the banana avatar while I was listening to people having conversation, trying to figure out how to pick up objects and interact with them. After a decent amount of time and a handful of short conversations later, I noticed something strange about the behavior of people in the world. It looked very odd to me, because they were not moving, but they were staring at something in front of them while talking. Unbeknown to me, they were all hanging out in front of a mirror, a phenomenon that plagued the game. My mind was filled with questions. Why would people sit in front of a mirror instead of hanging out as a group just like in real life? What's so intriguing about looking in the mirror for hours upon hours? I didn't bother asking them on the spot, but I got to know more about it later. It has become a main point of interest for world creators and users alike, something that I am not too fond about. People like to look at their virtual self for a sense of happiness, to see themselves in a perfect state. The next day, I decided to hang out in another world, and all I can say about it for now is that my experience was nothing short of chaotic. Everyone's first experience is different, depending on how they were introduced to VRChat. In my case, I played it by myself, discovering everything as I wandered around in random worlds. Soon enough, I had made my mind. I wanted to experience the game at its full potential. I had purchased an Oculus Quest 2, now known as the Meta Quest 2, the following day after my arrival in this virtual world. And a week later, I finally got my headset. My life was sucked into this beautiful, yet troublesome alternate reality. The game has a rank system implemented, commonly referred to as a trust system, ranging from visitor all the way to trusted users. The system is designed to give control on avatar features shown to the user. It can help reduce lag, but in return it makes the avatar either very plain or they become a robot if hidden completely. In all honesty, the rank system does a good job at preventing crashes. That's a topic we'll discuss about later. But it doesn't represent anything else besides having played the game for a long time. The trusted users with full body tracking are often labeled as mean people that look down upon the visitors, which is funny because in reality, it is a result of their behavior. Visitors tend to be new players who watch one video or stream of the game thinking that everyone screams at each other and are super toxic, but in reality, trusted users are generally some of the nicer people on the platforms. You can level up your rank by spending time talking to people, making friends, avoid getting reported, and you can even pay for VRC Plus, which will give you a boost in trust, which should totally not be a thing, but it is. The ranking system is designed to encourage users to engage with the VRChat community and contribute to the platform's growth and development. As a visitor, you're not allowed to upload avatar until you have reached new user. In my case, it took me 30 hours to achieve new user status, 80 hours for user, 440 for known user immediately after acquiring VRC Plus, and trusted rank a little over 500 hours while I was taking a break from the game. Speaking of the premium subscription, I personally see it as a waste of money. One of the general concerns are that the subscription may be perceived as being too expensive for some users, particularly if they are only casual users of the platform. It's totally reasonable to have this fear since it is priced at around $10 US a month. Pretty much all you get is extra avatar slots and custom profile and banner picture. Additionally, some users may feel that certain features and benefits that are only available to VRChat Plus subscribers create an unfair divide within the community, with non-subscribers potentially feeling left out or disadvantaged. They have recently tweaked the VRC Plus perks following backlash from the community that deemed the subscription pretty lackluster. Following the update, for the free users, you have now double the original amount of free avatar slots available. If you pay the subscription, you can have triple the original amount of avatars saved to your collection, bundled with the subscription. There should definitely be more benefits for paying that amount of money for what you're getting. With the general information about the game out of the way, we will start off with the player base. VRChat is one of the most popular games in the VR sphere, with its astounding 60,000 active users in peak hours. But what effects does this technology have on the teenagers and young adults who use it? One of the main benefits of VRChat is that it allows users to connect and socialize in ways that were previously impossible. For many teenagers and young adults, VRChat can provide a safe and welcoming environment where they can express themselves and connect with others who share their interests. At the same time, however, there are also potential drawbacks to using VRChat. One concern is that users may become isolated from the real world and lose touch with their friends and family. Another concern is that users may be exposed to inappropriate or offensive content, as VRChat is an open platform that anyone can join. While the game clearly states in the terms of services that the usage of not safe for work avatars and assets are against the rules, they are hardly enforced, with results with children and young teenagers being exposed to nudity, gore, and pornography. Since the Quest 2 is a cheap and easily obtainable VR headset, parents will often purchase them for the kids to let them play on it, but VRChat has an age requirement of 13 years or older to use the service, yet there are plenty of kids active every day. Unfortunately, the report system currently implemented in the game is too basic to report these types of incidences, since the only option given to you are reporting bad verbal behavior of another user. Some players consider virtual reality as their actual life, where they can be whoever they want and escape reality. While this can sound like a good thing overall, it can cause some concerns, especially to the younger generation. Parents aren't aware of what their child is going through, because they tend to keep it to themselves and express their true feelings to strangers on the internet. This clip that I'm about to show you is a clear example of the point I'm trying to illustrate. This happened while I was streaming the game in a world called No Time to Talk, which works like speed dating but making friendship.
The mask, it hurts so bad my forehead. I've been on for so long.
Yeah, if you have the
It's like I
default
don't want to get
strap,
off though.
yeah, but you don't want to be playing long periods, especially if you're young, because it might fuck up your eyesight. And I'm sounding like a boomer, but you sound very young, so word of advice, don't play much.
Yeah, I'm 10.
Don't spend your life here. Enjoy your life outside, you know. Enjoy your life at the fullest.
Okay. Okay.
Little
I'm
tip
probably
from a
hop
friend.
off right now.
Yeah, you should. Go get some drinks, you know, some good water, relax, watch TV, have fun with your friends,
Okay.
maybe.
Alright. Bye. Thank you.
Have a good one. You're welcome. Stay safe, man.
You too. Hold on.
Just like anything in life, moderation is key, and young teenagers should not spend all their time in virtual reality. Since it's new technology, we don't exactly know the long-term effects of using a headset for extended periods of time, but it's definitely not healthy for the mental, physical, and psychological development of the body. One thing that made this game highly popular was the usage of modified clients. Modding games has been present since the early days of video games, so it comes to no surprise that VRChat was bound to have mods. You might be wondering, why would someone need mod on a game where all you do is talk to people? And to that, I would answer in very simple terms: improving your experience. Before July of this year, the game lacked quality of life features, including movable interface, chat box for those who wish not to speak, earmuff mode to restrict the area where you can hear voices in your vicinity, friends joining notification, just to name a few. These features have been added following a big update, but it took the developers a while to implement them. You may also be wondering, why am I saying this? Well, because they were pressured by the community after the addition of something in particular, which created a lot of hatred towards the game. While some clients were meant to improve the quality of the game, many were used to harass and ruin others' experience. Ultimately, the team decided to implement a security measure called Easy Anti-Cheat back in July of this year, also known as EAC. You may have seen this software if you played Apex Legends or Fortnite. It made it harder for malicious users to run clients and boot people off the game. The game itself had fostered a community in which they called themselves gang monkeys. Their main goal was to annoy the player base, going around and crashing everyone, whether the intentions were good or not. These malicious clients had awful options like ear blasting sound, IP grabbing, avatar stealing, just to name a few. It was getting so bad that you couldn't even visit a world without being crashed 5 minutes into the game. The main victims that suffered the most during that period were the Quest users, in which they would be the prime target for crashers, since it was super easy to crash their system with nothing to prevent it. Thankfully, the modified client scene has died down for the moment being, but just like any other game, it will not last forever. They will eventually be back and we will need to deal with them once again. I personally never understood the appeal behind having this sense of power. All that was achieved was wasting people's time by making them restart a game, and potentially losing newfound friendship if they had forgotten to add them in their friend list. As of writing the script, they just had a ban wave yesterday that removed over 2,000 users that were still using clients with bypasses, which in return made the VRChat Discord very noisy with people complaining about their bans. It's beautiful in a way, seeing people cry about breaking the terms of services and complaining at the community manager while he had nothing to do with the moderation outside of letting the public know what happened. Aside from all the fun virtual reality offers, some users tend to be more on the relaxed side. Many players hop on the game after a long and exhausting day at work, simply to talk to friends and distract themselves from responsibilities. Younger players do the same but with school instead. Since you have the freedom to play however you want, the general player base prefers to wander around while being sat down. Sometimes, it's much more fun to just hang out with people and talk endlessly until one suddenly falls asleep. Wait, did I say that correctly? Yeah, people commonly fall asleep with their headset on. There are even a few dedicated worlds for those who want to take a rest. Whether it is in public instances or private, you will see many of them laying down with all their gear still attached to them. One concern I have is that using VR headsets for an extended period of time can lead to discomfort or even physical pain, such as eye strain, headaches, or neck pain. This can disrupt sleep and make it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep, especially if you sleep on your back. All the weight from the headset pulls down on your face due to gravity, which can restrain blood circulation and cause quite a lot of facial pain on the forehead and cheeks. Many users wake up confused as to where they truly are and how much time has passed, since their brain can't properly adjust to reality. Another concern is that sleeping in VRChat may not provide the same level of comfort and support as a traditional bed, which can affect sleep quality. The VR headset may also be cumbersome or uncomfortable to wear for extended periods of time, which can interfere with sleep like mentioned before. Additionally, sleeping in VRChat may not provide the same level of exposure to natural light and other stimuli that are important to maintaining healthy sleep patterns. This can disrupt the body's natural sleep-wake cycle and lead to sleep disturbances. Some YouTubers have made videos about living in VR for days upon days, something I could never bring myself to do.
I only ended up paying like $100 over MSRP. Sleeping. Wake up, you specky bastard. I'm gonna fucking eat you.
The dating scene is very prevalent in this game, since it's easy to meet up with someone and make a romantic connection with them. Things move quicker in the virtual world compared to real life, since most of the stress-inducing parts can be avoided. In general, dating in the virtual world mostly tend to be short-term. Surprisingly, virtual reality technology has opened up new possibilities for people to explore their fantasies and desires. While playing virtual games offers a very immersive experience, some users take it to a whole new level. One such possibility is erotic roleplay, also known as ERP, where individuals can take on different roles and engage in virtual sexual activities. Some players go to the extent of purchasing a Bluetooth toy called Lovins, which remotely connects to anyone around the world. A world which gained a reputation for having these scenarios happen quite frequently is just B-Club. The reason as to why the world is known for it is due to the locked rooms that are available in the penthouse. People will often join a public world and lock the door and start doing their things. While this may sound exciting and potentially liberating, there are also negative aspects to consider. For example, some people may become addicted to virtual sex and prioritize it over their real-life relationships. This can lead to isolation, disconnection, and even relationship problems. Additionally, virtual reality technology is not yet advanced enough to fully replicate the sensation of real-life sex. As a result, some people may become disillusioned with their real-life sexual experiences and crave the unrealistic experience provided by virtual reality. Furthermore, there are concerns about the potential for abuse in a virtual reality context. Because the technology allows for complete anonymity, predators are able to more easily manipulate and exploit vulnerable individuals. Referring to the point made earlier about the user base, some players have tried to take advantage of this anonymity to lure children into doing illegal acts, which there has been many reported cases of it happening. These players were highly targeted by client users, which is in my opinion, one of the only valid reasons to boot someone off the game. The lengths that predators will go to harass regular users is outrageous and disgusting, and is happening way more often than people realize. I can't go on without talking about where I spend the majority of my playtime on the social platforms. Since the start of this video, I've hinted at a specific world that I've talked about briefly, but without going into details. The reason why I kept it on the back burner was for this very moment, to make a formal review about it. The world I want to talk about is Just Be Club. Where do I begin with this place? We'll start with the first version and work our way to the second one. One of the main incentives as to why I initially visited this place and spent so much time in it was due to the fact that I got recommended from a friend to explore this world, and I don't regret it. It has been my go-to place to have decent conversations and goof around with random players. I've met a bunch of longtime friends, to which I still talk to this day. The world was super chaotic, had plenty of interesting spots like the pool table, the balcony.
The music and things that we all do for love. We all do for love. I'm running up out of the time. Out of the time. Doing for Lxpu.
The penthouse. Another subtle but very interesting feature. No, not the lockable rooms of course, but the floor robot that roams around the world that you can sit on it called a Roomba. You could pick it up and throw people out of the world. Truly a great innovation, I must say. But in all seriousness, the main drive of this world for most people was of course the lockable rooms, as mentioned previously, which caused a lot of controversy and was often labeled and referred to as the ERP plays. Everyone would go to the penthouse and scream in the intercoms, begging to be let inside, or do the same thing but the VIP door instead. Since its release back in 2020, it has always maintained a healthy number of users frequenting the world, competing with the Black Cat and Midnight Rooftop. A subscription option was implemented in the world. You were able to purchase two tiers, VIP and Elite. To be honest, aside from supporting the creator, the benefits were very minimal. For the VIP tier, all you got was access to an exclusive room that you could invite normal users inside. What made it worth it was trolling the random players ringing at the doorbell. In the case of the Elite tier, you were able to have a static poster featured randomly in the world, plus the VIP room. After receiving constructive criticism on the atrocious performance of the world, the creator had to do something to make everyone's experience better. Instead of optimizing the current world, he had another idea in mind. That brings us to Just Be Club 2.0, a complete overhaul and fresh design of the original, with improved coding and better overall performance. Or is it better really? I've gone back to Just Be Club 1.0, and the previous one actually runs better than the new one surprisingly. Anyway, the creator gave us a fresh layout with beautiful scenery, lots of additions like large pool, a brand new bar, an actual functioning pool table, a brand new VIP room design, which ultimately was redesigned not even a week after release because it was bad and the community hated it. 4-season team lockable rooms instead of 6, and lastly, mirrors everywhere. God, I despise mirror. It's detrimental to any world that mainly focuses on them. They basically work like magnets. Everyone groups around any mirror they see and barely socialize with everyone besides their friends in public instances. Also, let me point this out real quick. Why are people obsessed with the receptionist? She's just an NPC that gives useful information. Moving on from the rant. Many of the features in Just Be Club 1.0 were carried over to the newer one, like the penthouse and the subscription system. There was the addition of a place called the Enclave, a room that nobody ever uses, even after creating a direct path to the underground area after the developer noticed a lack of activity and negative community feedback about it. The room consists of a beautiful setup, with a rather big bed and a theater-sized television. All the effort of creating that room basically went to waste, since the creator's expectation was totally different from the user's vision and incentive of the world. Truthfully, I weirdly feel nostalgic about the era of Just Be Club 1.0. The new one just doesn't feel the same. It lost its signature, which is the elevator. Nobody uses it anymore aside from going to the VIP section quicker. As lame and stupid that statement may sound, it used to be so important, having both sections of the world separated, which was the main area in the penthouse. Recently, the creator made a poll with the community to see what we really wanted and the issues with the second version of the world. And by considering the user's feedback, he has currently started the process of creating Just Be Club 3.0. So far, the world looks like a revised version of Just Be Club 2.0, which is lightly concerning, but we'll have to wait until it releases with an expected date of January 2023. So far, we were told that the main area and penthouse will be separated like in Just Be Club 1.0, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's just hope that the world is not a flop, because even if I dislike Just Be Club 2.0, I still like to hang around and spend my time in there. To conclude this documentary, I want to give my personal thoughts about the game as it currently stands. To start off, VRChat is a great social platform. There are so many things you can do, and every day brings something new to the table. Although the price range for equipment can get expensive relatively quick, the tech is still fairly new, so it's pretty much a given that it might be financially difficult for people to experience this virtual reality. Aside from all the toxicity that revolves around the game, most of the players are very friendly and are willing to engage in amazing conversations. The game is being updated at a much better rate than in the past, especially since the anti-cheat update. Lastly, even if the game has always had a bad first impression from anyone who doesn't play the game, I personally think it's a great experience. If this is the first time you've heard about VRChat or you've been considering trying it out, I highly suggest you go for it. VRChat has its own interesting culture, one that I can't describe myself. It was hard to make a video about my opinion on this game, since there isn't much to talk about aside from pointing out the obvious stuff. Most of my time on this social platform was spent listening and talking to random people. I will roll out a few clips that I have recorded while playing the game.
So the real reason I got on is because I have an idea for content, okay?
You have an idea for content. Alright, let me hear it.
Have you ever made out with a desktop user?
Oh yeah, that's just Maddie who told you that. That's crazy.
No, Alex, I want you to fuck me, Alex.
Oh.
Fuck me, Lxpu. Fuck me.
What is 2 plus 2 on a queen-size bed from IKEA?
Is it 22?
No! Try again.
Fuck.
Running out of time, man. Running out of time. Come on, come on, come
Oh,
on.
we are. Is it?
Come on, come on, come on.
Okay, so 2 to the power of 2 is the same as 2 plus 2. But what is 2 plus 2? You sure it's not 22?
Pretty sure, pretty sure.
Fuck, I don't know. Is it 2?
It's a foursome.
Oh, what is this? Damn, you're in a very great position, you know, if I can, you got the stance going.
Hello, how are you?
Oh my fucking god. I'm doing good. What about you?
Great to hear. I feel great feeling you.
Oh my goodness, bro. You sound really happy, dude. I'm happy for you.
I know, right?
Holy moly, yeah. What are you doing on here?
Dancing.
Oh, dancing? Show me some dance moves, man. Come on. Amazing. That was awesome. That was awesome.
You are meant to be.
I don't know. You can't jump on the table, but you can
I'm not
jump
ready
on
for
the
these kind of
bottom.
conversations
bitches.
with people yet.
Yeah, we ain't don't nobody touch the fucking bottle. Nobody touch the
Alright,
fucking bottle. We ain't doing this shit. We are recruiting to play a game.
That looks sick. You're on.
See, look,
Ride me.
You're too tall.
Are
Look,
you on VR?
Okay,
me.
shrink about a foot. Shrink about a foot. You're
Are you
like,
dizzy?
This is a perfectly fine.
Thank you so much to all of you for watching my video. This is my first time making a project of this length, and since English is my secondary language, some sentences in this video may sound odd or broken. I do apologize if things didn't sound proper or well thought out. But with that being said, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more. It was definitely a challenge, but I had fun making it. Until we meet again in the virtual realm, goodbye.